How do you do, everybody? Welcome to the first baseball game of the season for the New Trier Trevians as they take a road trip as the Trevians take on the Collierville, Tennessee Dragons in the first game of the season. Collierville, beautiful field here. And Clay Sosinski will lead it off for the Trevians. And we are underway. First pitch hitting. Short little fly ball to right. Taken for the out. One up, one down.
Number 4, Liam O'Neill.
And here's Liam O'Neill. So Liam O'Neill bats. O'Neill, the left fielder for the Trevians this year. And he hits a ground ball. Second baseman over to first. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down. And Kevin Donahue, the batter. I think the biggest question I have this year is with the Trevians is finding a little hitting. And whether or not they will come together as a team. They've got a lot of individual minds on this particular team this year. And ground ball. Taken by the shortstop. Over to first in time for the out. And the Trevians go quietly in the top half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And the end of the half inning of play. It's New Trier nothing in Collierville coming to bat. And first pitch, right back up the middle, single. Ben Brecht on the mound. Ben is ranked as the number 1 left-hander in the state of Illinois. Adam Hall, the batter for the Dragons. Pitch high and outside the ball. A lot of credentials to Ben Brecht. And strike. Ben last year, a lot of strikeouts. Pitches high ball. First game of the year, and you don't expect a player to be very sharp as they normally are. Swinging a bit strike. Beautiful ball field. Collierville, Tennessee is extreme, as it were, the southeast edge of the, and that's strikeout number 1 of the season. Adam Hall. Chandler Causey, the batter. Swinging a bit strike. Obviously, we don't see this Dragons team very often. This is a beautiful high school field just west of the high school. Collierville, southeastern Memphis area. We'll get to spend a lot of time here in Memphis maybe this year, considering how the Memphis Redbirds, the Class AAA baseball team, the St. Louis Cardinals Class AAA baseball team, the Memphis Redbirds, play downtown in AutoZone Park, and their center fielder this year is going to be Charlie Tilson. So in a second, they got him on the caught stealing. Dylan Horvitz behind the plate today. And the delivery and strike 3. And 2 strikeouts for Ben Brecht. And after the single, caught stealing, and both teams go 3 up, 3 down. And the other one, no score. Matt Can, the batter. And first pitch hitting. Matt Can's got a blast. And going to go to second. Got himself a double. He'll lead off the second inning. Here's Will McNulty. And takes a pitch inside for a ball. Top of the second. No score. We owe you a break here. And there's a bunt. They'll take the play to third. Throw, they got him. So fielder's choice, McNulty aboard at first.
Michael Hurley.
Yeah, while we have this opportunity, now we'll stay here. Mike Hurley, the batter. And Hurley hit by the pitch. Now, while we have the opportunity, we'll take a break and be right back. You are watching the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Here's Dylan Horvitz. And strike on the outside corner. This field configured somewhat like Duke Childs in that there's a parking lot fairly close here, and we will get a couple of windshield whackers out that way. Anything off to the right side here out of the ballpark has a potential for it. Outside of ball. So 2 out. 1 out. And strike 3 on the inside corner. Broke one off. 2-away, and Dylan McGuire, the batter. Dylan has come into his own as a third baseman. Here's a strike. As far as fielding-wise, he's much like the Trevians, though. A lot of them have had hitting woes. This is the first of many New Trier games. We have 18 regular season games for the Trevians scheduled this year. And overall, our schedule is for 45 spring games. And congratulations to the New Trier ice hockey team. The boys won state. Against Providence, our old buddy Nick Ignacio and crew at the United Center, real time, just 3 days ago. So McGuire bats, and strike 3. So we're done with the top of the second, and the Trevians and Collierville, Tennessee. They'll score in this one. Ben Breck delivers in there for a strike, strike 1. Well, it's a little bit chilly Tennessee-wise. There's a fly ball down the line and foul. And a pitch high, a ball. And outside a ball. And strike 3. Blew it right by him. Third strikeout of the ball game for Breck. And a little high on the pitch. We're position-wise. Still swung through it for the strike. And strike 2. I imagine it's pretty tough on this Collierville Dragons squad to see a pitcher like this the first time they're seeing him. And high and outside the ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And 2 down. And a little squibber. Second baseman over to first for the out. And we are done with 2. No score between New Trier and Collierville, Tennessee. We'll be back with more. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Drive now, text later. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Moving along, top of the third inning, Eric Nicholas leading it off. Here at Collierville, Tennessee. Well, kind of a unique situation for North Suburban teams in that this week, New Trier's down here. Next week, Highland Park's down here playing a couple of the same teams. I know they, at least one of them, Briarcrest Christian. There's a fly ball. And going to give chase. Not going to get there. The left fielder gets past him. On the way to second is Nicholas, and he slides in there safely with the double. And Clay Sosinski, the batter. They look back a couple of times. And enough that Sosinski steps out. Goes to bunt, missed it, throw out the second. Just to keep Nicholas honest. And throw out there again. Again to throw. And look back. And fly ball. Center fielder over into the right center. He has it. A long throw on the tag up. Throw to third, and they got Nicholas too on the double play. 8-5 on the DP. 2 out, nobody on. And Liam O'Neill, the batter. And takes a pitch high for a ball 1. Got a little piece of it, fouled it off, 1-1. Collierville has really expanded in the size of the school, and they're building a new school. They're trying to. Throw to first. And got it for the out. And Trevians end up going quietly, so we go to the bottom half of the third, and no score in this one. Van Breck delivers. In there for a strike. And you know, it's funny. Everyone now knows about Ben Breck. They always ask me, they know about his size, and they say, well, how fast does he throw? And I go, you know, players who get noticed, they get noticed not necessarily the pitchers for the velocity. It's a lot more about a presence and control and all kinds of things. All of it. Same thing, about Charlie Tilson and even in other sports like Matt Loddick. The issue is always potential. And the issue is always what are the raw things to work with. That's a base hit single. Back up the middle. Which reminds me, Matt Loddick, the 3-sport superstar from Trevians, going to be is the assistant coach at Valparaiso University and going to be at the NIT. So Matt, after his playing career was over, went into coaching at Valparaiso University, assistant coach over there. And last year they made it to the NCAA. This year they're at the NIT, and they have made it to the semifinals as of the real time when we're doing this broadcast. So to first, runner back. And a whoopsie swing, fouled off. Half swing. And another one fouled back. And a pitch high, a ball. Hey, congratulations to the New Trier girls soccer team. USA Today has ranked them number 1 in the country for the second year in a row. Strike 3. 7th strikeout. Make that the 5th strikeout. Number 9 in the batting order for the Dragons, Hunter Anderson. Runner with a lead. Pitch is high, a ball. This Collierville uniform is difficult to read the numbers. And the ball gets away. And trotting over to second is Braden Sutton. The look back. And swing and a miss, strike. One out, one on. In scoring position, no score, bottom half of the third inning. Swing and a miss, strike. I don't know if I finished my earlier comment, and that is that Charlie Tilson's been named the starting center fielder for the Memphis Redbirds here in Memphis, Tennessee. Strike three. Although this is suburban, far southeast suburban Memphis. Foul ball. Swing and a miss, strike. Clay Murphy, the batter. 2 out. 6 strikeouts for Ben Breck. Pitches high a ball. Trevians thought they had him, but it was high. And a little squibber foul. Breck looks back a couple times. And time called. And a fly ball, center field, right at Nicholas for the out. And at the end of 3. No score between New Trier and Collierville, Tennessee. We'll be back with more. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Be supportive, not intrusive. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning of this one. No score. First game of the season for the Trevians. And leading it off is Kevin Donahue. Donahue, Ken, and McNulty do up for the Trevs. Here's a strike. Hey, congratulations to 2 of the pitchers from last year's team. Danny Katz is now pitching for Northwestern University. And Andrew Ervelino is at Washington and Lee. Outside the ball. And strike 3, got him looking. Broke one off. Here's Matt Kent. Matt doubled his last time up. And a ball. The Trevian first baseman takes a strike. Collierville, much like New Trier, very highly regarded academically as well. They won the baseball state championship in 2013. New Trier, last time they won state, they won the Illinois State in 2009. and grazed him a little bit. And kind of bored by the hit batter. And Will McNulty, the batter. In there for a strike. Early in the year, even if you have a pitcher of the reputation and the ability, the ball gets, they got Kent picked off and tag him out. Kent slipped a little bit trying to go back to first. There's a strike. Somebody like Ben Breck, as a pitcher, particularly this early in the year, you don't want him going deep in games. Strike three. Got him lucky, and the Trevians end up going quietly. Hit batter erased on pickoff. We go to the bottom half of the fourth, halfway home in the ball game. No score. And this one, Adam Hall, the batter. High and outside the ball. A lot of goose eggs on the board. Ben Breck delivers. He broke one off, but inside the ball. That one had a little bit of movement on that. Here's a strike. And a pitch high, a ball. And ball four. And walk. And pinch runner over at first, and Nick Brucker. Chandler Causey, the batter. Go to first, runner back. The left-hander checks and then delivered a pitch low ball. And a button foul. The other thing I always like, and I don't know how this works, but players add and drop inches depending on their sport. Ben was listed in basketball. We played basketball this year. Listed in basketball at 6'8". Baseball, he's listed as 6'7". It's on to first, runner back. And another lanky guy, Jack. Here's a bunt. And they'll take the runner at second. Nice job by Dylan Horvitz. Jack French warming up down the line for the Trevians. Here's a fly ball to right field. Taken by Hurley for the out. And a runner holds. So 2-away. Pitch low and outside the ball. Low and outside the ball. In fact, the entire battery here. Yeah, basketball players as well for this year. And a line shot down the line foul. Although by the end of the year, Ben had begun a little more baseball. There's a strike. And strike three. And that'll do it for the fourth. In the end of four, no score. And we'll be back with more. I'm a poet and I don't know it. The Metro Chicago Sports Network affiliates include New Trier Television, Comcast Northern Cook County, Highland Park, Texas, Southeastern Lake County, and Extreme Northeastern Cook County, AT&T UVerse, WOW, RCN Cable, and selected games on YouTube. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Top of the fifth inning here. And Mike Hurley leading it off for the Trevians. It's Hurley, Dylan Horvitz, and Dylan McGuire do up the Trevians here in the top of the fifth. There's a strike. I wouldn't be surprised if, seeing how we saw Jack French warming up, and we're done with Ben Breck pitching today. Third to first for the out, one away, and here's Horvitz. In there for a strike. Watched it come in all the way. Max Rosenthal out for a while with an injury. And low and outside a ball. You know, people always talk to me, particularly, it seems this year, the last couple of years been the baseball group, about getting noticed, trying to get noticed. And my response is always, it's not where you play, it's how you play. And part of this is how you play as a team. Counts full. And Horvitz sends a windshield whacker. And strike three. So that is two away. And Dylan McGuire, the batter. Nope. And McGuire safe on the air. Eric Nicholas, the batter. So McGuire with the lead. Throwing to first, and it gets away, and McGuire on his way to second and follows the coach's signal all the way to third. Runner at third now with two out. There's a strike. Eric Nicholas. And outside a ball. He did offer. Strike. And a pitch low ball. little comebacker. And the flip to first, and that's it for the top of the fifth inning. Well, up to now, it's been a snappy ball game, but the Trevians and Collierville, Tennessee, no score in this one. Maybe that's why it's been such a snappy ball game. New pitcher on the mound, Jack French, and Carson Reese leading it off. And strike. And Squibber foul. Bottom half of the fifth inning in Tennessee. Well, ground ball, shortstop, over to first. Szynski to Can for the out. And one away. Here's Brandon Sutton. And a ball. Well, we came down here for the warmth of spring training. And although we don't have anything like the CNL working tonight, cooler near the lake, it is a little bit chilly. Here's the strike. Won't say cold, just say chilly. Temperatures probably in the 50s. And strike. Of course, this time of year, temperature in the 50s is downright balmy for the Chicago area North Shore. And a ball in the dirt. And a line shot back up the middle of the base hit for Sutton. Here's Tyler Sherman. So right around at first, that's the third hit of the ball game for the Dragons. And there's a sacrifice. Whoopsie. Everybody's safe. So 2 on with 1 out. And Hunter Anderson, the batter. Number 9 in the batting order for Collierville. And the first offering's high, a ball. And strike. Now, we're going to have the same thing that happened with Charlie Tilson with the pro scouts hanging around. Had a bunch of them here today watching Ben Breck. Charlie Tilson, 29 of the 30 teams in professional baseball, had scouts trailing him. Throw back to second. Runner back. Well, that's it. They look in from French. And the offering is low and outside, a ball. And the bases are loaded. A single, an error, and a walk. Well, early in the season. You get them like this early in the season. Back to the top of the batting order, and Clay Murphy, the batter. And a strike on the outside corner. Outside a ball. Trevian's home opener is against Loyola. I take that back. No, that's not right. Home opener is De La Salle. The play will be home, and they tag him out. On the fielder's choice, on the pulled-in infield, Can back to Horvitz for the out. So the bases remain loaded on the fielder's choice, and Adam Hall, the batter. Our first broadcast at home will be against Loyola. This year, Loyola and New Trier going to do a home-home series. The first home game on the Hill against Loyola and New Trier, and the second home at Duke Childs. Pitch of low ball. As I said, I'm one of the few people to know who Duke Childs was. He's the first athletic director at New Trier. And ball 4, that walks in a run. And it's 1-0. The Collierville Dragons leading the New Trier Trevians. And new pitcher on the mound for the Trebs. A Submariner. And low and outside a ball. Bases loaded. And outside a ball. And back to the screen. Now the bases remain loaded here. Time called. And strike 3, and we're done with the 5th. But the Dragons draw first blood and lead it 1-0. We'll be back with more. You are watching the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Drive at dusk, dawn, or night. Make sure you turn on your lights. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Moving along on this one, top of the 6th inning. Trevians have a little bit of catching up to do. Top of the batting order due up for the Trevs. And leading it off is Clay Sosinski. Now, one of the things I was going to mention about players and that quote-unquote getting noticed, you have to play your game and just do the best you can at whatever it is. And if you're good enough, you're going to get noticed. Here's a strike. And even if you are in that process, so to speak, of getting noticed, you still have to just keep on doing your game. As Sosinski clunked on the shoulder and is aboard. And Liam O'Neill, the batter. Throw to first. Sosinski back. Mostly because if you're getting noticed, that is, somebody's out there watching you, you never know what they're watching you for and who else they're looking at. So the process has got to be one of just doing the best you can and don't press to impress. Liam O'Neill squares the bunt, throws the first, runner back. And there goes the runner, there goes the throw, not in time. Stolen base for Sosinski. O'Neill tried to call time, did it too late, pitches high a ball. Throw back to second, runner back. Here's a strike. Yeah, I find it funny, the pro scouts, not so much the college guys, but the pro guys, they will occasionally talk to me about a player. And I say, generally, I don't see them enough. Don't see players enough to really make an accurate appraisal on. There's a bunt, and it is going to be a beauty. It works all the way around, advancing the runner. The runner's at the corners, and Kevin Donahue, the batter. And a ground ball. Line shot knocked down by the third baseman. He'll throw to second for the out. The fielder's choice. And runners at the corners. They did not send Sosinski in that play. Here's Matt Kent. Third baseman got enough of a glove on it. And they had to hold Sosinski at third for the potential to prevent a double play. Well, Collierville, people talk about the fact that in the South, and they call this area the Mid-South, they start earlier. And Collierville has been on the field doing games now for about 3 weeks. This is the first game for the New Trier Trevians, but Trevians could have started last week. They had their schedule. There's a strike. I don't know if that March 1st start date that they have here in Tennessee would work too well in the Chicago area. Might have a couple of snowed out games. And ball 4. And Can aboard via the walk. Of course, I remember a game, it's got to be about 10, 12 years ago. Where they tried to play the game and then had a lake effect snow, which is those big, fluffy, heavy snowflakes. And then to cancel it at the end of the top half of the first inning, or thereabout. The reason I remember that game so well, the guy who threw out the first pitch at that game was Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois. And he was just about the only guy that was there at the ballpark. Dick Durbin, his aide, and the athletic director at the time. Low and outside the ball. So now both teams have Submariners working in relief. There's a strike. I wish I could remember what game that was. I could go back and ball 4. That walks in a run. So the bases remain loaded, and here's Mike Hurley. And Hurley, a fly ball. Right fielder over, has it for the out. It's going to work as a sacrifice fly. And home to score the run. Donahue home to score. And here's Dylan Horvitz. Big gap. Well, now they move that left fielder over a little bit. Now the pitch, low ball. Swing and a miss, strike. So Horvitz bats. Runners at the corners. The runner on second also tagged up on that sacrifice fly, moved over. McNulty at first. Can at third. And there's a fly ball. Center fielder going back. Got twisted around a little bit. Up over his head. And Horvitz on his way to third. He's going to make it with the triple. And 2 more runs in, and the Trevians have taken a 4-1 lead here. Francis Fay, the courtesy runner, over at third. Four one. Now New Trier with the lead. And a pitch low ball. 2 out. And the 2-out triple brings home some insurance here for the Trevs. Here's a strike. And high and outside the ball. Being a Civil War historian. And strike three. Well, I'll get to that next inning. At the end of the top of the 6th, the Trevians have taken the lead here and lead it 4-1. So the New Trier Trevians come up with a 4 spot, lead this one 4-1 as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Jack Falk, the Submariner on the mound, takes pitch outside the ball. Pitch is low and outside the ball. And Matt Loeffler leading it off. Loeffler. There's an L in there. Sorry about that. And the pitch low and outside the ball. Bottom of the 6th inning. Ball 4. And Loeffler aboard. Civil War historian, and the couple of Illinois regiments were actually stationed here in Collierville. The summer of 1862 and into 1863. A couple of Chicago area guys, actually New Trier Township guys, died of disease here in Memphis, buried over at the National Cemetery not too far from here. Pitch is inside a ball. Here's a strike. So runner on at first. And a little miscommunication. New pitcher on the mound. And Tom Nugent. Ground ball. Donahue over to Can for the out. On the play over to second goes Loeffler. And here's Carson Reese. And takes a pitch low, ball. And the ball gets away. That'll let the runner move on over to third. Collierville works like Loyola Academy, using the signal code, as it were, on an armband, sort of like football does in many cases. There's a pitch inside a ball. They look at and the pitch on the way in there for a strike. I mentioned a couple of things. Matt Loddick, class of 2000, assistant basketball coach now over at Valparaiso University, the NIT. Charlie Tilson going to be here in Memphis. Center fielder and probably leadoff batter. I'd be surprised if he was anything else but that. Squibber Fall. New Trier winning state in ice hockey. Ben Breck, starting pitcher today, ranked the number 4 player in Illinois and the number 1 left-handed pitcher in Illinois by some of the baseball combines. And the New Trier girls soccer team ranked number 1 in the country by USA Today going into the season. Pitch is high ball. And Jeannie Bain going to play in the big All-Star game, the McDonald's game, Jeannie headed off to Harvard next year. Now the pitch, and the ball gets away, and run home to score. And all the way over to third, there's the throw, and not in time. And a windshield whacker. Off to the right. Braden Sutton, the batter. And takes ball 4. Here's Tyler Sherman. He was safe on an error his last time up. Takes a strike. Squares the bunt. Pitches high, a ball. Pulled it back. There's a bunt, sacrifice, going to do the job, move the runners along, bring home another run. And Hunter Anderson, the batter. Bottom of the 6th inning. Look back, the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike. And we're going to have a pinch runner out there. Fouled off. Scooped at and fouled off. And the ball gets away again. And moving on up. Dylan Horvitz, the catcher, and again the ball gets away, and this time the run's going to score. Dylan Horvitz, the catcher, his first varsity game. And ball 4. R.J. Dell with the walk. And there goes the runner, stolen base for Dell. Clay Murphy, the batter. And a ground ball. Shortstop throw, nope. Into the dirt. And the throw home, nope. And all the way from second. And that's the 4th run of the inning. And each team now has had a 4th spot here in the 6th. And Adam Hall, the batter. And outside a ball. New pitcher on the mound for the Trevians. Peter Schultz on the mound. Pitches high a ball. And in there for a strike. Second base, strike. And strike three, and we are done with the sixth. At the end of six, Collierville 5 and New Trier 4, and we'll be back. Home of North Shore High School Sports. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Plan to arrive. Don't drink and drive. A message into public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Well, typical early season game here. A lot of errors, a lot of pitches. 5-4, Collierville leads New Trier. And leading it off is Eric Nicholas. And takes a pitch outside the ball. Nicholas, Sasinski, and O'Neill due up. Top of the seventh inning. And a high bounder. Pitcher will pick it up. Go to first. One up, one down. Here's Clay Sasinski. Sasinski, fly ball, center fielder drifts back a little bit, has it for the out. Funky camera. Here's Liam O'Neill. And takes a pitch low and inside the ball. Trevian's scheduled to play 4 games here in suburban Memphis. Springtime weather permitting. And fall back. And a pitch outside the ball. Two out, nobody on. And scooped ahead, fly ball. That's going to be a triangle shot. Nope. Can't get it. And player down and hurt. He's okay. I think, based on what I just saw, I think he may be singing soprano tonight. I think that thing came down right in the wrong spot. So a little ground ball. Second baseman has it. Over to first, and the ball game is all over. Collierville winning it 5-4. We'll be back in just a moment with the final word on this one. More action ahead on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Buckle up, Illinois. It's the law. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Now, the final word on this ball game for the Colleyville, Tennessee Dragons. 5 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. They were struck out 9 times, 7 by Ben Brecht. 6 walks, all of them in that 5th and 6th inning where the runs came home. 4 left on base for Colleyville with 1 still on base. For the New Trier Trevians, 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. They were struck out 6 times. They were walked only twice, and both of those in the 6th inning. 5 left on base for the Trevians and 1 stolen base. So that'll do it for us. Our season underway for New Trier. Join us for our next sports action here on the network. And for all of us, we say as always, thanks for watching and so long, everybody.